schedule.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
What a venue, what a fight, what action.
Under the bright lights here for this one. Really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight.
Good luck.
And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Good counter punch. Couldn't land that jab. Nice counter shot. Swing and a miss with the hook. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Swing and a miss with that jab. That jab won't score. They exchange punches. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. And there's the bell for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Punch, counter punch. Typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
Todd, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Well done with that counter shot. Counter punching. He threw a punch and just got countered. There's a counter shot. A straight right just misses. When are we going to see a jab from these two? A straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't.
On to the third. Can't find a home for that jab. This is a high-octane battle. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Missed with that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Failing to score with that right hook. A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Hey, those punches add up. That counter punch caught him clean. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
The bell sometimes...
Get your mind back, get your focus back. Let's go.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
One punch could change everything in this battle. That jab misses. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Do you believe what we are seeing? That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance with...
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Nice job getting that punch through. And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Those counter punches have to hurt. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Crawford is dazed. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Nice counter punch right up. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you. Let's start the sixth. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Nice counter shot. Catch and shoot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter punch. A perfect counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Nice counter. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? The perfect counter lands. How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in. Here we go. It's round 7. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter punch. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Looking to land the hook. Good counter punch. That jab doesn't score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt. And we enter the 8th round. Both men step back for just a moment. Beautiful counter shot. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Jab not finding its target. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. A pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They